Welcome back to another general reading. Today we're going to go through a 5-card reading. So the first set of cards is what the situation is. The second set of cards is, what led up to whatever the situation was. The third set is usually, something regarding you. The fourth set is other things you might want to consider or other things affecting the situation. And then, of course, your last set, your fifth set, is the outcome. So I've went ahead already just because of space and time, because the 5-card readings get pretty lengthy and shuffling. So I went ahead and I shuffled and picked the cards already. So we'll go through and analyze these cards. Okay, so I already feel like this reading is gonna give somebody a lot of help. Like, it's gonna be helpful for someone. I just feel like they've been waiting for the information. I don't know what the reading is yet, but I just feel good about it. I feel like it's like gonna be a light bulb moment for someone. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone out there, but yeah, someone in particular, it feels really good, the outcome for it. So I'm excited to do this reading. So let's start. Okay. So with the first one, we have Love Begins. And then we have the base chakra. We have the Camel Boy. We have Flexibility, Inner Peace, Courage, and Loss. Now this is all the cards that I drew. So the tarot cards, then all the clarifiers. So let's begin. Let's see. Okay, so first of all, in the situation, this is the all the cards for the situation space. So what's the situation right now? So I'm feeling like there's some sort of new beginning. Like, we're getting a lot of ones in here. Yeah, we got 3 ones. I'm feeling something to do with a sense of safety. So, and that relates kind of with the base chakra card coming through. Something to do around someone's safety. They don't feel safe. Or they didn't feel safe. Seeing a rainbow here. Rainbows to me mean, after the rainbow, something's begun anew. It's looking forward with optimism, positivity, that sort of thing. We have the water in here too. Water flows and cleanses. It feels cleansing to me. It feels like, for the Camel Boy, it feels like whatever this is, that there's like a calling out for assistance, or there was a calling out for assistance. In here, I'm getting like flexibility in observations. Like it, with the tiger coming through, like the tiger signifies like you know, beauty, but I also like cats watch there. It feels like a, you know, like the tiger to me, if you've ever watched them on shows and things like that, they're always watching. So to me, it's an observation card. And then in here, you know, he's got a blanket. That signifies warmth to me. The camel, it represents resilience, you know, like you know, they go through the desert with very little water. They're very resilient and very hardworking and very very resilient. I just strong. Tiger, also strong. It feels like the tiger is waiting at the entrance. Like if you look at this card, it's waiting at the entrance to somewhere. Here, the koi fish, luck and abundance. It's feeling like there's a lot of luck and abundance waiting here. But it's showing me like some sort of courage is needed to move forward. If you can see on here, he's wearing armor and he's protecting himself in armor, so he's all protected. Armor's hard. This can mean like there's maybe a hard decision, something like that. But if you look at the card, oh sorry, if you look at the card, he's not wearing any armor on his head, like at all. Almost doesn't look like his head is there. So this feels like it feels like there's a hard decision, but it almost feels like he's being influenced by others, if that makes sense. And then this feels like he's moving towards like a sense of loss. With this, it feels like there's a sense of loss here. But it's also showing me that he's cut the rope. So it almost feels like somebody's like cut the rope to a situation. Now they're feeling a sense of loss towards it. All right. We'll take our other set of cards here. What do we have here? We have Passions Ignited. We have Spiritual Union. And we have Hope. And this is for our second space. So the other factors or other people or what led up to now type of situation. We also have the Hungry Ghost coming through. We have Gateway. And we have Conscious great gratitude consciousness. So again, we have another one. So new beginnings. I'm feeling that there's new beginnings here, and I'm feeling like found the power. It feels like spirit. Feels like spirit set fire in her soul. Is what that's feeling like to me. Feels like spirit lit a fire in her soul. It just feels like she found something she's truly passionate about. It's been activated, feels to me like. With the spiritual union card, yeah, it's definitely about some sort of spiritual union. It's knowledge there coming through about a spiritual union of some sort. It gives you it feels like hope. It gives you a sense of hope, but it feels like there's some sort of obsession about some sort of attachments. Like with this card, you don't feel safe, I want to say. It feels like maybe you were, focused on a negative attitude, or losing something. It feels like in this space, it feels better. It feels like there's a gateway opening up. Unicorn, of course, is a mystical, so it almost feels like unreal to me. Like it feels like you're moving towards something, but it feels good, but it almost feels unreal, if that makes sense. But spirit is coming through saying, just make a conscious effort to feel safe and and by doing this, you'll have a positive outcome. Because then the messages, they'll come freely from all around you. And then all the abundance, you can see she has an abundance garden around her. All that can flow. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got in our third space. Alright, so we have, again, new beginnings. We have Lady in the Mirror. We have two cards came out here again. We have Trust and Adventures. And then we have Family, Friends, and Guides. Okay, so this is really good. This feels really good to me. So a 0, again, that to me is the nothing card. I call it the nothing card. In this picture, she looks like she's already came through the door and she's walked through it, and now she's on top of the world, literally on top of the world. She's moving forward. And with the 0 card, that's just showing me you can shape and shift however you want. The how to do this card, how do you go about this? Basically, The Lady of the Mirror coming through, you know, reflection and non-judgment. So that's telling me, looking at yourself, but through a non-judgmental way. You know, like accepting good, bad, realizing all the things that led up to the now, like realizing lessons learned, and you know, learning from those situations or emotions that you've had in the past. Like, for example, like, you know, you could say, I was really judgmental of my friend. Um, and this is bad because I lost. What did I learn from this? Well, I learned that by being really judgmental of them, that I lost this friend. That's just an example, you could say. What else? I feel like following your intuition. Following your intuition. Has opened up doors to trust and create like more flow for adventures and messages to come through. You know, family and friends can actually learn from your adventures. Like, from the lessons that you learn from your adventures, they can actually learn from that as well. So it's kind of like spirits coming through saying, you know, share those adventures and those you know, maybe those reflections of yourself. So instead of judging you know, someone else, you want to really maybe give an example or share a story of something that relates from you, maybe that you had. Sorry, that's just my cat. And then, like, if you look at this, like, she's coming out of the water. Water's energy is very cleansing. She's rising out of it, almost like she's walking on it. So again, like, you know, it feels like, you know, it's the healing card as well. It feels like, you know, either you are a healer or you can bring some healing. And it feels like it's pointing me to like friends and family. You know, spirit is a guide through you, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see what else we have to say. Okay, so in this card, it's the, like, the other things or things that led up to, you know, the situation at hand. So we have balance, the web weaver coming through. Okay, we got a couple cards in this space. We have deception and envy, rest and rejuvenate, and then we have oh wait, that actually goes here, doesn't it? Sorry. Yeah, that's all three. Sorry about that. So I'll go here. We have the web weaver, we have healing chaos, and we have taking steps. All right, so let's see. In the other Okay, other things to consider. So I'm feeling that feels like you followed and rose above. You followed your intuition and you rose above. That's what it feels like to me. And you found that balance. Like if you can see, there's a star and a cup in front of him, and then a sword. Like it feels like you cut through things you no longer need and you no longer want. But it feels like someone around you is very jealous, very angry. They were putting on some sort of mask of deception toward you. Or, you know, this could be a friend, family member, whatever. But you see it now. Like, it feels like you actually see it. And that they've realized that you see it as well. And that actually, maybe you made a decision or something, and that angers them. They look very angry. But Spirit's coming through saying, you know what? Don't worry about them. You know, they've given you the power to feel safe. Like I'm feeling like you've already reflected on this. You've maybe done some meditation, or, you know, you took a step back or something. It just feels like you've really reflected on this in some sort of way. And you're feeling safe now. Like, whatever this was, it's, you know, you see it for what it is and you've dealt with it, if that makes sense. And you've done this by following the divine guidance. Like, you've noticed excuse me, you've noticed the synchronicities and the signs, and you've trusted your healing, your intuition. I want to see you have done so. It was creating like a healing chaos. Like you came to this point, but it wasn't easy for you. It was very hard for you. You felt like this has been like a really rough storm that you've come out of. But if you see all the butterflies and stuff, you've transformed by it and through it. And you've done so by taking steps intentionally toward what you want, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Okay, so you got shadow. Oh, wait. Pull more. You have the shadow, wisdom, and fertility. And this is the last space. This is the outcome space. You got the Hawk Prince. You got the Altar Priestess coming through, and you have also Angelic, the Winged Wise One, so Angelic help. In this space, you have Pleasure. Oh, wait, you got more. You got Pleasure, New Connections, and Family, and Travel as well, looks like. Space, you have Travel. Alright, so Um, here, this is showing me, like, if you look at his wand, it's tilting more towards the light than it is the darkness. So, this feels to me like you've chosen to see the light of the situation. This also, with the infinity number, this is an 18 coming through, so new beginnings, and with the 1 and with the 8. 8 is an infinity number, so this feels like forever to me. This feels like you've really stepped into living your light, shining your shine. And this feels like darkness is behind you now, so you're stepping towards the light, and you're literally gonna stay there. The dark days are kind of over. That's what that means to me. Yeah, it feels like it's set in stone now. Feels like you took or have accepted change, and that gave you the knowledge to reach like a fair decision with the wisdom coming through. It feels like there's a new idea here, but it's still in the growing stage, if that makes sense. With the Hawk Prince, we have, again, new beginnings coming through here. So lots of new beginnings in your reading. So with the Hawk Prince, Hawk represents, like, again, like, observing. I feel like, from a non-judgmental perspective, I feel like paying attention to, like, signs and symbols from Spirit has really brought about a way of perception from the angelic realm. Like, it's opened a way or opened a door for that angelic support to come through. And it makes you feel safer. And you're finally now, you know, taking pleasure, I guess, in knowing that by listening to your intuitive promptings and spiritual team, and warnings from them and things like that, because with the deer, that always means warnings to me. It just means that by listening to all those things on your path now, that's going to create like a new path, like it's opened a path so that now it can bring about new supportive connections, maybe new travels or change in travels, and new family connections. Yeah. So it feels really good. Like, it feels like this is really, really good. And hopefully it helps somebody on their journey. All right. So that is your message for your general reading. Hope this helped you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.